a few seconds late, but I'm just setting up my setup here. Hi, Betty from Alberta, Canada. I don't think I've caught it before when I've come on. So nice to have you. I'm closer to Canada than I usually am. I'm in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, on the other side, of course, but so I'm at the family camp, and you can see right here, this is a wheel of my suitcase. So for those of you who were around last time when I came up to camp and I forgot my phone stand, I made something work. I have my suitcase, and my phone is suspended from a COVID mask hanging from a broom. So it works, and my car was kind of full, and I didn't really want to take my big and awkward camera stand, so I just used this again. So it's kind of fun, but it's a little tenuous. So if it falls, just bear with me, and I'll try to get back to it. I will come on camera afterwards because I've got a couple of things to say that I want to look at you for. But I thought we'd look at the paper pumpkin that was for September. Now I know that, for instance, my sister was saying she wanted a little bit of help with the bag. So when I saw her last, I did help her. But I thought I'd have and share a couple of tips with you guys that might help. For those of you that get Paper Pumpkin, you know what a fun surprise it is in the mail every month. So Paper Pumpkin goes out, well, you get charged for it if you subscribe on the 11th of the month. So you have until the 10th to order it. Or it might be the 9th and 10th, something like that. Never wait till the last minute. That's what I say. And then it comes to your door a week or two later and has everything that you need to create some projects. Now I actually have some stuff in here because I was doing stuff at the campground last week, but let me take that aside. So it comes all wrapped up. I've saved some time with that. And there's this instruction sheet. And you can see that in this particular box, we're going to be making 8 gift cards with 8 little treat bags. And this is a With Love and Gratitude Paper Pumpkin kit. And it was designed, it was kind of co-designed by Shelley Gardner, one of the founding members and the board chair of Stampin' Up! And this is definitely a Shelley kind of thing. So inside you've got instructions, and there are no words because we are in so many markets that by law, they have to put all the languages on there, and so they just did not. So they got rid of that. And on the back, it shows you what comes in the kit. Then here's tip number 1. This little QR code right here will get you to the instruction page for all the Paper Pumpkin kits. So when you first scan this, and all you need to do, because I know some people don't know how to do this, you take your phone and open your photo app, and you hover over this, and then pretty soon you will see a little box that has like a little link in it. And if you click that, it will take you to this page. Now it's paperpumpkinhowto.com, but that's a quick way to get there. And then you just scroll to the particular kit that you want to see. They go, most recent is listed first. So this one would be at the top. Tip number 2 is there are also some alternative projects that you might just use in conjunction with some of the supplies that you have on hand at your house. And you can see a bunch more options, and people will post some of their alternatives on Pinterest, etc. And so you can get lots of ideas if you don't like a particular project that's in here. Or perhaps like my sister, she said, I do one of each of the things that they do in the instruction sheet, and then I go look for other alternatives. So, but I love them because when I go away, it's one little box. Now I actually had a team meeting up here today, so I have a huge bag that I brought with me. But it was good to get together with, I had team members from New Hampshire, Vermont, and New York, because the New Yorker comes up to this area in northern New Hampshire She has a camp up here. So I'm going to take everything out of the box. I'm going to stand up too to make sure that I'm still in view. Okay, I am. All right, so I think that's everything out of the box. We're going to set the box aside. A great idea is to just always separate everything first so you know what you've got. And if you've got these, here's another tip. You've got these sheets, they're all the same. You can just keep them stacked and then they all punch out very easily in one go. You don't have to do them individually. So see how nicely they come out? Now, when I first saw this, I thought these were flowers. And then I realized, oh wait, they're pumpkins. So, yeah, don't make fun of me. I remember saying, I wonder what kind of flowers those are, because I am not a flower person. I don't know really what flowers are which usually, except for, you know, I like lilacs. I know what those are, and that's kind of a tree and not a flower. And then they give you plenty of these, and usually these labels, they have extras of. I do all the hard work first, and that is just punching everything out, and then I can just assemble all at once as well. Just makes things go a little bit faster and easier. These are gold edged, so there's a little gold line going around all these banners, which makes a nice little touch. They come out very, very easily. Well, let's see, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of each. So there is an extra one of each of these banners in case you mess up. All right, that scrap's gonna go to the fire. We have a fire going in the camp. Yesterday when we arrived, it was 52 degrees inside the camp and 68, I think, outside. So we started a fire. And we have another one going tonight. It's a little bit damp, so we're drying things out. More fire stuff. And then this set also has these beautiful gold elements that will go on our projects. And there's 2 different types. There's a little one and there's a big one. One's for the card and one's for the, oh, I had 2 of these. I should have pop them out at the same time. Oh well. Sometimes when you have these leaves, it is better to do them singly if you're struggling, just because they can get caught on each other. But these are a nice quality too, nice heavyweight. The die cutting is all done for you. Another perk of paper pumpkin. Paper pumpkins make a nice gift. You can get them as either you can sign up for the monthly subscription, so it just automatically charges your credit card and comes to you each month. You can suspend it, which means that you can put it on hold for a little while and you can cancel it at any time. Or you can buy the prepaid subscriptions. People often do that at Celebration because the cost of, say, a 3-month kit would get you a free Celebration supply or item. Here are the envelopes, and look at the really pretty lining that they have on here. And I think this is Lost Lagoon. And here are the, it looks like 3x3 note cards. 1, 2, yeah, it looks like 3x3 note cards. So it just makes a cute little gift. Comes with this roll of tear and tape. Comes also with this stamp set. So we've got a pumpkin here, and I don't know if that's a bug. It might be a fly. I can't really tell. And my eyes are very bad at the moment. Might be a, I don't know what it is. Might be a stem. I don't know. And some more of those leafy things and some sentiments in here. My eyes are really bad today. They've been bad for a little while anyway, but they're especially bad today because up here in northern New Hampshire, they are experiencing smoke from the Canadian wildfires that have that's blown over here. So that is irritating my eyes to no end. I put drops in several times today. In a paper pumpkin, you also get a Stampin' Spot. And these also make great travel items just because they are small and compact. All right. And let's see, I think that's, and you saw these dots, right? That come. So now I'm just going to open this up. We're going to make one of each item. So let's turn our attention to the card first. And it tells you everything that you need. So we're going to need one of these pieces. And I forgot to grab a scrap of paper. So let me grab one. Here's a scrap piece of paper. And I'm going to stamp this image. Now, the one thing that doesn't come in every paper pumpkin kit, but it will come in the first one that you get when you sign up, is a clear block. This is different than the ones in our annual catalog. These are thinner. So again, they travel nicely. All right, so there we have that. We'll just ink this up. Now, the first time I ink up my photopolymer stamps, I stamp off and I rub a little bit. That's going to get some of the residue off those. I do have my stamp cleaner somewhere. I used it this morning. It's pretty green because of the projects we were doing this morning. I'm just going to follow the guidelines here, and I'm going to stamp down here, and then I'm going to stamp along the other side, fill up that other side. And down here. All right, so my stamping for the card is almost done. The only thing I have left, you can see, is they're telling me to stamp another stamp, and this is one of the sentiments, and it says "with love and gratitude." So I'm going to find that one, and I know it's this one because it happens to be the longest one. I can't read this upside down right now, that's for sure. This block has been in my bag, so it's got a lot of adhesive on it too. I need to fix that. And it will show you that you want the one-sided banner. So you want this one for the card. So we will ink this up. Just make sure it stamps nicely. There we go, with love and gratitude. Now, one of my nieces is coming up here to stay. Actually, I think Tony, my sister, is probably watching tonight. Her daughter is coming up here to stay for a couple days, and I think I'm going to leave her a little treat here in one of these bags. And I won't say with love and gratitude because, I don't know, I guess I could thank her for being my niece, but it's an awkward greeting, so I'll change the greeting that goes on here. Now, step 2, it says you're going to find some of these pieces to add. So we need one of the shorter gold pieces, and then we need the leaves. I'll get my leaves out. And when you see these black circles, those are the mini glue dots. We're going to put some mini glue dots on the back of here. Looks like they're using 3, so I try to find the big spots to put them on so they don't show through very much. Sometimes the glue dots are big and sometimes they're little that come in the pack. I prefer them when they're a little bit bigger, like these are. All right, so I've just taken the backings off those, and then I need it on the back of my leaves, and they're kind of showing me 4, but you can do as many as you want. They give you more than enough adhesive in general, which is great because I often will pack some of the extra little sheets, or I just have them kicking around so that I can have them readily available no matter where I am. And we're going to take our little card here. Let me move my sheet now that I'm done stamping. You can see things a little bit better here. We're going to take this little piece and we're going to put it right there. And we're going to take my little pumpkin leaves, put that right there. And step 3, these little hexagonal or outline images, those are the dimensionals that they give you. So you can see on the big pumpkin, it's all dimensionals. We can go ahead and put those on here. Put those on. And then on the smaller pumpkin, there's 2 dimensionals and a glue dot. Now, why is there a glue dot? If you look over here, this little pumpkin is going to overlap the bigger pumpkin. And they get affixed to the same layer. So these over here is where the dimensionals go. And because these 2 pumpkins are overlap and they can be flat right there, that's where the glue dot goes. So I just had my glue dots. Let's see. Take them out. And then I need two of these babies right here. All right, let's take the backings off. So you can see this card goes together pretty quickly. And we're going to put this, and if I look closely, it looks like the sentiment, and it gets only with the glue dots, it's behind the pumpkin, but it's just behind the edge of the pumpkin, so I can put my pumpkin down and it won't be an issue for me. And let's go ahead and remember, you want the glue dot to be where the pumpkins overlap. So there we go. I think, yeah, there we go. And then we're just going to put on this little sentiment with some dots. So I have been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber I didn't start right at the very beginning because I did not know how it was going to go, and I didn't really want to invest in those, and I just didn't know how they'd go. But then I started seeing what people were doing with them. I thought, oh, they're so cute. So I decided to get on board, and I've been doing it. It wasn't quite at the beginning, but it was about 6 months in, I think I started. And so I've been a subscriber for about 14 years. And can I just say that the original Paper Pumpkins were so bad compared to what they are now. They are so pretty now and useful, and they, the stamps that they come with are beautiful. It used to be a whole different animal. Now they're totally worth it, because when you're done all of this, you still have the stamps left that you can use to make future projects. So we've got our little gift card done, and I like to keep my cards in my envelopes just like this so I can see them both. Right, now let's turn our attention to this piece right here. So this is a little treat bag with a fold over top. And to get it to work, the directions don't really say too much about it. If you go online by scanning that code that I showed you before, they do show you. What they do is they flip up one of these pieces, and that's where they apply some tear and tape right here to the edge. Tear and tape has a really nice hold, and it tears so easily. And then on these little bottoms, on the right side, so the colored side. And then if you flip it over, you've got one over here. Now there are a bunch of score lines in here, including right down here. So you can fold, it will eventually end up being a gusset, so it'll fold back the other way. But then there's these other lines that if you just tease that the other way, you can fold them both at the same time, and so you can see the box starting to form. And if you just press this in, you can, and pinch it a little bit, you get that. Now there are some, and it's very hard to see on camera, I'm sure. Let me see if I can bring it closer. There are these diagonal lines right here, and you just sort of tease those. It just helps the gusset a little bit. On a video, they don't actually do anything with them. The bag just kind of, because they're there, the bag will naturally start to form itself. You do want to fold these flaps in and get a nice little fold on those score lines that are there. So all the score lines are there. And don't forget the one at the top. They also say, go ahead and take 2 of the mini dimensionals, and you're going to put those right here, and that's how you're going to seal it. Now, I'm not going to take the backings off this because I don't have anything to go in it yet. So you want to make sure, you can see, you can just use your fingers to pinch in, and that's how it's going to close. But don't close it until you have something to go in it. But as far as the bottom goes, we'll remove the backing from the tear and tape. And this other bottom will go in. Whoops. Yeah, not that one. This one goes in last because this one's got the tear and tape. Oh, I feel a tickle in my throat. I'm gonna have to cough in a second. Excuse me. And so there you have it. And if you put it down and you just kind of press down, that will make that tear and tape seal in there. And so the bag is done, except for we need to decorate it. So you can use a thank you. And again, I'm probably not going to use thank you for my niece. I do have some other sentiments with me. But we're going to use the longer piece here. And I will stamp this because I'm sure there's going to be somebody I need to thank pretty soon, at least in November. I do also work for a church, and October is Pastor Appreciation Month. We have 4 pastors on staff at my church, so we'll be appreciating them. I'll give them a little treat, maybe their favorite candy or something in here. I work with them very closely, so I don't want to spoil them too much. And then you're going to need one of the gold pieces, one of the big gold pieces, and you're going to need one of the, I don't know what this is. Some of it looks sort of like eucalyptus, some of it doesn't. I don't know what it is. Now, the directions show the black dots are on the gold piece right near the stem. That's because this piece is getting adhered right to the gold piece. We'll go ahead and take our glue dots. All right. This whole setup, I don't have a left and a right to me because of my fancy schmancy phone stand. So I'm really limited in where I can work here. So I'm going to just put these right down the center here. Yeah, something like that. And if I take those off, all right, and I'm going to bring in that little piece here. And we're going to just kind of overlap them a bit like that. And then on the back shows 3 more glue dots. I'm going to put one right here and one over here. And when you're putting them on the back, I would put them on the back of the gold piece. That's the piece that's it's raised up because it's stacked beneath the other piece when it's on the right side. All right, so here we have that. And we're going to take the front of our bag. We're going to pretend it's closed. It's not. We're going to hang this right from it. Isn't that pretty? So there we have it hanging off, and then all we need to do is add our sentiment strip, which I put somewhere. All right, somebody tell me what, oh, I was going to ask you where I put it, but I found it. And it says sentiment gets the hexagons, which are the dimensionals. These are mini dimensionals. You know, like removing the back, so all you gotta do is take your pick tool, stab it, and just kind of move it off. All right. I'm gonna put this right over. I think these bags are super cute, very classy looking. Center that on there, and there we go. And all we have to do is fill it and take off those 2 things, and it seals. And that is that project. Now, I told you I was going to talk to you for a little bit, so I'm going to let me go ahead and turn you around. Let's see. Oh, you're going to see the ceiling. There we go. Look, there's Sharon. Orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. You were not supposed to be. Sheila says, do you need to go landscape? Yes, I did. I thought I already had when I put the phone in the holder, so something must have happened. Well, so you probably watched me sideways, huh? Sorry. But, hello, Scene Kai? I'm not sure what that name means. Maybe you're from Hawaii. That'd be cool. So a couple things I wanted to announce to you. For those of you who've been waiting for it, the truck punch, can you see it? The truck punch is back in stock. So that's great for those of you that have been waiting for this. If in the Trucking Along bundle, the stamp set is really cool because it has lots of things for all seasons. So there's sunflowers, so there's things for fall, there's things for Christmas. Great little set. I was happy to see that came back. And tomorrow, in the email that I send out to those on my email list, I'm going to talk about my Christmas card series that I have coming up. Now, I have 2 things coming up. I have Christmas card series. Sorry, I don't have a phone holder. I have a Christmas card series coming up, and the first one is on Super Saturday, what I'm calling Super Saturday, which is October 23rd. I'm going to do 1 autumn class, and I'm going to offer 2 Christmas classes. You can take 1 class, or you can take all 3. But this is one of the classes. This is 1 card from one of the classes. So each class is a 4-card class. Prices will vary, but that will be in my email. But this is using the Berry Cute set. So I have some Christmas cards using the Berry Cute set. That is one of the classes. The other class uses the Night Divine stamp set, and the autumn set uses the Autumn Leaves set. So that's going to be October 23rd. And then on November 4th, I'm going to have another class, and I believe that one is, I think it's the Merriest Trees. November 18th, I'm going to have a really cool class. It is 2 dozen in 2 hours. You will create 2 dozen Christmas cards in just 2 hours using beautiful designer series paper, and you'll have a choice of what you can select there. Either you can use a Christmas paper, like Joyful Christmas, or you can use the winter, I think it's Winter Garden, which is gorgeous, gorgeous. So that will be 24 cards in 2 hours. And certainly if you don't finish in the 2 hours because you like to chat, that's fine. You can go ahead and take that home and finish it. And then on December 2nd, I have a special class, and that's kind of a last minute class, I know, for Christmas cards, but it's not just Christmas cards. We'll be creating, there are 2 classes that day. One class is going to be 3 luminary cards. So they're light up cards. So you use a little battery operated tea light. Important that it's battery operated. And so we're going to create 3 of those cards, and then the other class that's offered that day will be a home decor item. So those 8x8 frames that we've done a couple of things with, we're going to be using the Night Divine and Oh Holy Night paper to create a nativity scene that you can display on your walls during this Christmas season. So I have a lot of things coming up, but even more importantly, and I haven't really advertised it much yet, on Sunday, which is 2 days from now, I'm beginning my 12 Sundays of Christmas. So every Sunday, I will come to you with a project that is related to gift giving. It might be a gift, or it might just be the packaging for a gift, but it will not be cards. So unless it's a gift card holder, that's kind of a gray area, I know, but that's what we're going to be doing all throughout the next Sundays leading up to Christmas. So join me at 3 p.m. It will be a recorded content, so you don't have to join live, but it'll be great. You'll have some great ideas for just some little gifts to let people know that you were thinking of them this Christmas. Bags and boxes and gift card holders, all those things. So I hope you will join me on Sunday, and stay tuned and watch out for that email that I'm going to be sending out tomorrow. If you're not currently getting my emails, just send me an email at stamperhood@gmail.com, and I will add you to the list. Well, I'll send you the link that you can sign up yourself, because that always ensures I can't even say that word, deliverability. So thank you for joining me tonight. I have just, the rest of the night and a few more hours tomorrow, and then I'll be headed back south to my stamp room, where I can create more and more of the classes that I have coming up. So I hope you can join me. And one last plug for Bunko. Tomorrow is the deadline to register for Bunko. That is on October 7th. There is still room if you'd like to. It's $20. Everyone will win something. Plus you'll create 3 projects while you are there. And then if you can stay afterwards, we're going to be watching an event for World Card Making Day. And I'll have projects for people that register for that as well. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.